The game is afoot. Not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Let's examine the telescope. What's in there? Oh, okay. Lovely. Well done. Toby.
I agree with you, Toby, that...
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
I know it's on
I
the table.
agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
I have no idea what cold cuts are, but sure.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
What table? You can't just say the table. Do you know how many tables are here? This table? Table. Here we go.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B. The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Can I open it up?
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
What's in the letter? My dear Mr. Holmes, Abbey Grange. That's also another story. I haven't read it though. I think it's the next... Actually, it's the next story I need to read in the collection. Anyway, my dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line, except for releasing the lady. I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Quite a fail in pronunciation.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
Eustace!
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
No. I'm actually going to change into my Deerstalker. Though you never really get to see the Deerstalker, it's always a good nod to the Sherlock character. Let's see. Bandit, nope. Farmer, nope. Morning gown, nope. Actually, let's go on our morning gown. Oh, it's locked. Where? Well, it's not. That's fine. Looking for the Deerstalker. It's here somewhere. Nope, that's the top hat. There it is. That's this is more of like a Jeremy Brett version of the Sherlock character. There we go. Aw. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, let's just go anyway. Forget about it. Abbey Grange.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid to raise her right.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Who am I playing? I'm playing Sherlock. Okay. I just thought I'd be playing Watson since he said that he was going to examine it, but I guess... Oh.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Old bruises.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
Obviously.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
So yeah. What about you? Got anything, Tad?
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir. As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Wrinkles, quite of old age. Handkerchief. Inspect the dining room. Complete. Maybe. No. Now what was I doing? Inspecting the dining room, of course.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article. These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
Whoa!
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Yo!
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
Pretty sure there's still more things to do. The Randalls blamed. The robbery was faked and the whole story invented in order to blame Sir Eustace's death on the Randalls. The testimonies and evidence match and point to the Randall gang. I'll go with the Randall gang, sure. No reason not to. Now, how are you supposed to tie yourself to a chair? That's what I'm...
Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, that's it. Got that. Five. $17. 15, 5, 17. Whoa, damn, that's a lot of money. Okay.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care. It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.